before the mighty kingdoms of men rose, before the elves sang their songs beneath the stars, Middle-earth was home to creatures so ancient that their very existence shaped the world around them. These weren't just beasts, they were manifestations of darkness, fear, and beautiful mystery. Let's begin our countdown through Arda's deepest shadows and most ancient tales with number 10, Carcharoth. Also known as the Red Moor, this creature was bred by Morgoth from the foul breed of Draugluin, the first werewolf, and fed with elvish and mannish flesh by Morgoth himself. He was the greatest, most powerful wolf to ever live. Carcharoth was set as a guard on the gates of Angband. His true infamy came during the quest for the Silmaril, when he swallowed Beron's hand, which held the holy jewel, and descended into a maddened frenzy. The light of the Silmaril burned him from within, but Carcharoth's durability, honed by ancient magic, allowed him to rampage across Beleriand for days. His existence serves as a grim reminder of Morgoth's power to twist life into monstrous forms. Thuringvethil, the Woman of Secret Shadow, was a vampire servant of Sauron during the First Age. She was Sauron's messenger, but was caught in the battle between her master, Luthien, and Huan at Tollingaroth, Isle of Werewolves. She was slain either by the Hound of Valinor or in the collapse of Minas Tirith. Luthien later used her cloak to sneak into Angband during the quest for the Silmaril. Her story intersects with one of the greatest tales of the First Age, the quest of Beren and Luthien. When Luthien infiltrated Sauron's fortress to free Beren, she disguised herself in Thuringvethil's cloak, using the vampiric servant's image to sow confusion among her enemies. Thuringvethil's fate remains a mystery, but her shadowy legacy endures in the annals of Middle-earth's darkest histories. Huan, the Hound of Valinor, was no mere wolfhound. His origins trace back to the Blessed Realm, where he was gifted by Orome, the huntsman of the Valar in the earliest days of the world. Unlike most creatures in Middle-earth, Huan was granted the ability to speak 3 times before his death, and was fated to meet his end only at the hands of the greatest wolf to ever live. Throughout his life, Huan became a symbol of loyalty and defiance. When Celeborn betrayed Luthien in his pursuit of power, Huan turned against his master to aid her, choosing righteousness over allegiance. His most famous battle came against Carcharoth, the maddened wolf of Angband. In a duel that shook the lands of Beleriand, Huan fulfilled his prophecy, slaying Carcharoth but succumbing to his own wounds in the process. Huan's death was a moment of profound sorrow in the First Age, but his legend remains a testament to the courage and loyalty that even the darkest times cannot extinguish. Far beneath the jagged peaks of Ethel Duath, Shelob spun her webs in the tunnels of Cirith Ungol. A descendant of Ungoliant, Shelob inherited her ancestors' insatiable hunger and ancient malice. While she was far smaller than Ungoliant, she was no less terrifying to those who crossed her path. Shelob's role in Middle-earth's history is deeply intertwined with the Ringbearer's journey. Frodo and Sam's passage through her lair was one of their most harrowing trials. Lurking in the shadows, Shelob was the embodiment of predatory darkness. Waiting for the perfect moment to strike, Frodo fell victim to her venom, and it was only through Sam's bravery and the light of the Phial of Galadriel that they escaped her clutches. Though wounded, Shelob was not defeated. She retreated into her lair, her fate left ambiguous. Shelob's darkness may never have been fully extinguished, but what about our light here? Why not shine a little light yourself and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel? Now let's keep spinning this web of ancient monsters. The Watcher in the Water was a mysterious and ancient creature that lurked in the depths of a dark lake before the west gate of Moria. Its origins are unknown, but it is speculated to be one of the Nameless Things that dwell in the deep places of the world, older than Sauron himself. The creature's presence was first recorded by Balin's company of dwarves, who noted its lurking menace. When the Fellowship of the Ring attempted to enter Moria, the Watcher attacked, seizing Frodo with a long, pale green, luminous tentacle. The company managed to rescue Frodo and retreat into Moria, but the Watcher sealed the doors behind them, trapping them inside. Its attack was deliberate, as Gandalf noted that it had specifically targeted Frodo, possibly sensing the One Ring. The Watcher's true form was never fully revealed, with only its tentacles seen emerging from the water. Its fate remains unknown, but its presence added to the perils of Moria, a testament to the ancient and malevolent creatures that inhabit Middle-earth's depths. Thorondor, the King of Eagles, was the greatest of the great eagles of Manwë, with a wingspan of 30 fathoms. He and his kin were sent by Manwë to watch over Middle-earth, particularly the Noldor after their return. Thorondor played pivotal roles in events of the First Age, including aiding Fingon in rescuing Maedhros from Thangorodrim, and later rescuing the bodies of heroes from the battlefield. The Great Eagles were majestic and intelligent creatures, capable of speech, and often intervened in critical moments of Middle-earth's history. They were known to have aided Beren and Luthien, as well as participating in battles against the forces of Morgoth. Their ancient lineage and service to the Valar made them revered figures, symbolizing the watchful presence of the divine over the world. Their interventions were rare and significant, often turning the tide in favor of the free peoples. Treebeard, also known as Fangon, stands as the oldest of the Ents, the majestic tree shepherds created by Yavanna in the early days of Arda. Tasked with guarding the forests against the depredations of other races, the Ents embody the primal connection between Middle-earth and its natural world. Treebeard himself describes his place in this lineage, saying he is the oldest living thing that still walks beneath the sun upon this Middle-earth. The Ents were awakened and taught to speak by the Elves, whose love for the natural world fostered a deep friendship with these ancient beings. During the War of the Ring, Treebeard led the Ents in their most famous act of defiance, the last march of the Ents against Isengard. This epic stand resulted in the defeat of Saruman's forces and the flooding of Isengard, a powerful testament to the strength, wisdom, and resolve of these ancient beings. Though often seen as slow and deliberate, the Ents could act with incredible power when roused to defend their world. It is worth noting the younger kin of the Ents, the Huorns, dark and wild tree-like beings that were once on the path to becoming Ents, but remained closer to their tree-ish nature. While less vocal and sentient than the Ents, the Horns still played a pivotal role in the defense of the forests. Their mysterious and shadowy presence adds another layer of depth to the guardianship of Middle-earth's woods, showcasing a broader spectrum of Yavanna's creations. The Ents' existence, along with their Huorn kin, reflects the ancient and enduring bond between Middle-earth and its forests. Their timeless presence is a reminder of the natural world's strength, wisdom, and the balance that predates even the mightiest of kingdoms and conflicts in Middle-earth. Durin's Bane was a Balrog, one of the Maiar corrupted by Morgoth during the earliest days of Arda. Originally divine spirits of fire and power, the Balrogs were transformed into monstrous agents of destruction, embodying the malice and hatred of their dark master. After Morgoth's defeat at the end of the First Age, Durin's Bane fled into hiding, retreating deep beneath the misty mountains where it lay dormant for millennia. In the Third Age, the dwarves of Khazad-dûm, in their relentless mining for mithril, disturbed this ancient terror. Awakened from its long slumber, the Balrog unleashed its wrath, slaughtering many dwarves and forcing them to abandon their once magnificent city. Khazad-dûm, known thereafter as Moria, fell into darkness and ruin. Durin's Bane remained in the depths of Moria until the Fellowship of the Ring passed through its halls. In a climactic encounter on the bridge of Khazad-dûm, the Balrog battled Gandalf, and both, fell into the abyss. Their epic struggle continued deep within the earth until Gandalf ultimately vanquished the Balrog, though at the cost of his own life. The Balrogs, remnants of a time when Morgoth's shadow loomed over the world, serve as a chilling testament to the enduring presence of ancient evils in Middle-earth. These fiery demons are harbingers of chaos and destruction, reminders of a time when darkness dominated the land and the forces of good waged desperate battles to preserve the light. The Nameless Things are some of the most mysterious and unnerving entities in all of Middle-earth. They inhabit the deep, dark places far beneath the misty mountains, in the vast and unexplored caverns where no sunlight ever reaches. Even the dwarves, masters of delving and stonecraft, dared not venture into the depths these beings call home. Gandalf, during his harrowing battle with the Balrog of Moria, encountered their realm and spoke of them as creatures older than Sauron, dwelling in the roots of the earth. He described them as slimy and alien, entities whose forms were unrecognizable and whose purpose remains inscrutable. What makes the Nameless Things so terrifying is how little is known about them. They are mentioned only in passing, leaving their origins, motives, and even their appearance shrouded in mystery. Some speculate they might be remnants of Melkor's early experiments, or even entities that predate his influence entirely, making them as ancient as the world itself. Their existence hints at a primal darkness that lurks in Middle-earth, untouched by even the most detailed lore. These enigmatic creatures embody the unknowable terrors that exist beyond the understanding of the free peoples, lurking in eternal silence, gnawing at the edges of existence. Ungoliant was a primordial being who took the form of a monstrous spider. Her origins are shrouded in mystery, but she is believed to have been a spirit of darkness who entered Arda and settled in the desolate region of Avathar. Her insatiable hunger for light led her to ally with Melkor in his assault on Valinor. Together, they destroyed the two trees, with Ungoliant draining them of their light and life, plunging the world into darkness. After their deed, Ungoliant's hunger grew, and she demanded the Silmarils from Melkor. When he refused, she attacked him, and he was only saved by the intervention of his Balrogs. Ungoliant fled to Middle-earth, where she spawned a brood of giant spiders, including Shelob, who would later inhabit the passes of Mordor. Ungoliant's ultimate fate is uncertain. Some tales suggest that her unending hunger led her to consume herself. Ungoliant's ancient and malevolent presence had a lasting impact on the world, her offspring continuing her legacy of darkness and terror throughout the ages. If you enjoyed this journey into the ancient past of Middle-earth, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more explorations into the rich lore of Tolkien's world.